Welcome to episode 9 of the Best Ball Show.
Oh, close to double digits.
Yeah, we're really doing something.
How you doing, bud?
I'm good. Just been not doing a whole lot today. A little basketball this morning, hanging around the house. Yeah, not a whole lot.
I haven't seen you much this week or talked to you much this week. It's like life's getting in the way, kids stuff. Right?
Yeah, I had a busy week at work, and then I played in a charity scramble on Thursday at Monarch.
How'd it go?
Yeah, it went good. We shot 13 under. Little help from the team, but I played pretty well. It was probably the best I've played in a long time. I think those range sessions, working on getting the swing a little steeper, not so flat, helped a ton. Putted really well.
Shocking how working on the game and practicing makes you play better.
Yeah, I think it helped most being a little steeper in the swing with the wedges, because there we played the tees in front of the orange tees. I forget what color it is. Bronze maybe. Platinum's the very front. Then there's another color.
And then there's
orange. There's a color. Then there's orange and black. I think there's 5 tees.
Yeah, it could be. Excuse me.
But yeah, we played the one in front of orange, which really slows it down. It's kind of one of my pet peeves of these scramble games, is that they make a lot of greens drivable on par 4s.
Yeah, so then you're waiting.
And then I would say out of, let's say there's 200 golfers there, four can maybe drive it.
Yeah.
But they all think that, this time they're going to hit it 300.
Yeah.
Which is not going to happen.
Right.
But I did drive 18 though, into the wind.
Okay.
Put it to about 15 feet and made the eagle putt.
Pin on the left?
Pin was on the right.
18.
So I hit it.
So you had to carry it.
Yeah. So I put it middle of the green.
And then it took the slope down.
And then it took the slope down. Then I had about probably 15-footer, and I drained it.
Dude, that's awesome.
That was a legit eagle on my own.
Yeah, and you can't see it either.
No.
It's a blind green, so you're the vicinity of where it's at.
Yeah. I know I hit it well too, and I hit a crappy ball because that's how much faith I had in that. It was so windy. I was like, well, if this thing spins out, it's going to go in the pond for sure.
Right.
So I hit some crappy Bridgestone that I had in the bag.
Well, and we talked about this in the past about playing a better ball, even for amateurs that are just starting out. The ball makes significantly more impact to your game or difference in your game than you realize. And so many times beginners or people who, let's say, maybe you're a 20 handicap and you're just playing whatever you find. Yeah. It makes such a difference. You don't realize how much the scuffs on that ball make a difference, or it just being a crappy ball. And you had this play out on the golf course.
Yeah. Or you play a ball that's maybe it's a soft, and then you lose it, and the next ball you're playing is like a distance ball. Mm-hmm. And then the next ball you're playing is, a different type of cover or different layer or a different, centerpiece.
Right.
Every time you're playing a different ball, you're going to get a little bit different flight. So you may think like, oh man,
right,
I'm not playing as good.
Right.
It could just be that ball is not right for you.
Well, some of them are low spin for driver and pure distance. Some of them are ridiculously spinny, and you played a really spinny ball, and it just kept ballooning up on you, and so
they just fall out of the sky.
And we've talked about this in previous episodes, finding the right golf ball for you, and it's going to change over time. As you get better, you should be changing to a better ball.
Right. So in the scramble, so that was 18. Then we go to 1, and I had that same crappy ball in my pocket.
Right.
I think it was a Bridgestone E6.
E6, yeah, that's what you told me. Yeah.
And so I hit it off the tee, and it went nowhere.
Well, it was by crappy, you mean it was scuffed up?
It had a scuff on it, yeah. So it had a scuff. I hit it, went nowhere. And then one of the people in our group wasn't going to play. So I was like, well, I'm going to hit your shot. So you stay in the cart. And I hit the E9, which is the long distance or long drive ball that they have. So I had that ball as well. So I hit that one. It was at least a 40-yard difference. And I don't feel like the swings were crazy different.
Right.
I mean, I hit the ball pretty well on the one that only went, I don't know, 2 something.
Right.
And then on the E9, I blasted that one.
Yeah. It makes a difference. I think that even as a beginner, you need to be playing, not necessarily, when I say a good golf ball, I don't mean has to be a Pro V1X.
Yeah.
Most golfers should not be playing a golf ball that's on tour. If you see the tour guys playing it, you shouldn't most likely be playing it. I would say 90% of golfers. Mid-handicap golfers, that ball isn't built for them.
You won't compress it. It's just a waste of money.
No, 100%. But people think because on TV, and we talked about this, that, oh my gosh, I can't see the guy's name. One of the most unliked guys. He's over on LIV now.
Reed?
Yeah, Patrick Reed. Patrick Reed was talking in a Pro-Am. He said, there's no reason anybody should be playing what we play on TV. You don't hit the numbers. You don't have the speed. And so he was saying that when we talked about this, the TaylorMade Tour Response was a ball that's one of the best balls that most amateurs should be playing.
Yeah.
I've hit it and played it great. And I talked about some stories with my buddies.
That's a really good ball.
I just happen to over-compress it, I feel like, a little bit. It spins up on me too much. And when we did our fitting it last week, when we were at Roger Dunn, Mission Viejo, and we had the Wilson guy there, when they did that AI tool on us, we were at tour speeds. We were swinging at tour speeds.
Yeah, tour speed, tour launch,
tour
tempo.
So for us, we are playing, you play the Pro V1, Pro V1X, whatever it may be.
Yeah, I play the regular Pro V right now.
Yeah, I'm in between the Pro V1X and the Strixon Z-Star Diamond, yeah. Sorry.
But I'm excited to try that Wilson ball. So I have the Wilson, the red, which is he said it essentially is like close to the left dash.
Correct.
In between like the regular Pro V1X and the Pro V1X left dash.
Left dash, yep.
So I have that, and then I have the Wilson black numbered ball, which is essentially like a regular Pro V. So I'm going to try those tonight and see if I notice a big difference.
I'm really excited to hit them too. I haven't been playing enough, so I haven't played in a couple of weeks now. And so I'm just going to keep playing what I normally play. And when I feel like, if I feel like I'm striking the ball well tonight, then I'll probably throw it in there. But it's one of those things where if you're not playing well, you really can't tell. Is it my swing that's off, or is it the ball that's just not performing the way I need it to perform?
If you connect on one, though,
right,
and good impact or whatever. And if we're off the back, we'll have 3 par 3s, which is kind of what I'm looking forward to.
Right. Yeah, you can see what the ball does more.
Yeah, going into the par 3s.
Right. Yeah, so it'll be good. We'll get out and hopefully get some content, throw some mics on, and see what we can come up with tonight.
It was a good time out there, though. I mean, the weather was nice. The sun didn't come out, but it kind of had a nice overcast all day. And didn't get too windy until we got to I think 17, which we started on 5. So we only had 4 or 5 holes left.
Right.
So it was nice.
All right. Well, good. Well, that was our week.
Yeah, that was working. I hit the range once and then played.
I've been trying to get out. I've been drooling over the Wilson irons. I think I've made it to Roger Dunn about 3 times in the last week since our fitting.
Yeah, I put those in the carts. They keep did you have something in your cart you liked? And
it keeps emailing you. You forgot something. Oops.
They're like, hey, why do you're literally stalking our blades, dude? Been watching a Baby Reindeer or whatever. I'm a Wilson blade stalker.
I know. I mean, I was fit, and we talked about I was fit for going in the combo set. I'm not. I'm going to buy the blades. Yeah. I went back to Roger, and I was hitting, and the reason I was getting fit, I love the Wilson irons, and I wanted to find something in more of a combo to help me in my 4 or 5 iron. I don't know what the deal was, but I went back to Roger and started hitting the blade. I was hitting my 4 iron so well. I don't remember what my speeds were, but I was launching that thing on a great number. I was carrying it, the 4 iron, about 217 on average. Spin numbers looked really good. And I don't know, I just feel like, and I remember in the last couple of years, I feel like I hit the blade better than I almost hit cavity backs that are supposed to be a little bit more forgiving. And I don't know if it's the Wilson blade itself. It's not as small as most blades that are out there. It's not as much of a butter knife. I don't know. It's a little bit longer heel to toe. Yeah. And I feel like I just have a little bit more confidence in it. I don't feel like I hit the ball so much low in the club face or high in the club face. I feel like my strike is more a little bit toe side, a little bit heel side, but it's always kind of in the right spot from the bottom to the top of the head. I'm in the sweet spot. I'm just a little bit toe or not. I think with this blade being a little longer, it just provides a little more forgiveness for my strike. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but
yeah, he said it was the best blade to date, and I can tell it's a little more forgiving too. Because if you miss it, it's not as punishing as some of the blades, like the old. I had the Titleist 712 MBs, and those were just good luck.
You were a millimeter off.
Yeah, it's you had to hit that thing on the size of a dime.
Yeah,
was the sweet spot.
Right.
And then we've hit the Mizuno MP 20s had those.
20s,
Same thing there. But that too, I wonder. That's when I was playing that Bridgestone.
Right.
I would have liked to play those with the Pro V1.
Yeah,
how much? A different game.
How much did you overspin that ball? Right, they just balloon up on you. And, so
rip off greens.
100%. So that might have been a ball issue more than in the irons, but you just seem to hit that left a little bit though. The blades, the MP20s.
Been, I can't remember what shaft I had in this. I think I did have Project X. I had Project X for a while now.
Right, I agree. Yep.
But too, a lot with the lie. I think that's important. It's weird now that I'm one up in them, and I used to be too flat.
Right.
So I don't know. Maybe I've grown.
Well, I think you're changing.
Taller.
Yeah, changing your swing. You're more vertical.
Yeah, I'm not so hunched over. I was like Tommy Fleetwood for a while.
Yeah, and I think that just a lot of adjustments to the game. I mean, I know it's making a huge difference in your wedge game because you even said that when you went out and played the charity tournament. You were so much better because you had a tendency to get underneath it and just. I
would have my hands like at my knees almost.
Yeah, you're almost putting with the full wedge swing.
I was hitting little kid clubs.
I know.
Some juniors. Like, that guy's got juniors.
Yeah. No, you've been working on the swing, so I like the changes. It looks good. We'll see. Go watch it work its magic tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully it's there. It's the funny thing about golf. I saw that. I think it was a Talos commercial or it was one of those playing today when I was watching a little bit of PGA, and it's like, you did this, and this, and this. That was yesterday.
Yeah.
It's like you go out today and it's all, like a whole different person went out.
Right.
So looking forward to it though.
Yeah. All right. PGA Tour. Taylor Pendrith.
I watched. I started watching like maybe around hole like 10, and I was kind of doing stuff around the house, and I was like checking in on it, and then I watched like the last maybe few holes, kind of fast forward and rewound, trying to catch myself up. But man, it was like who couldn't crap the bed the worst. It was like it's like one guy shanks it and the other one's like, hold my beer.
Right.
Let me show you you really shanked this.
Yeah.
No, the wheels kind of fell off, and I think Pendrith who won?
Yeah, Taylor Pendrith.
Yep. Yeah, this was his first win.
First
so I was pulling for him.
Right.
And then
that's like
Ben Knowles, I think was the other guy, and he had a chance. And he just blew the putt.
Yeah, he had it was on 18. All he had to do was make par 5.
Well, he had that bad chip shot too, or out of the bunker or whatever.
Yeah, it went like 2 feet.
Yeah. Whoops.
Yeah, whoopsie. And that we talked about that when we were talking about the LIV PGA Tour, that this is going to, with the LIV being in place, taking a lot of stars off, it's going to give guys opportunities to win that have never had the opportunity before.
Especially this tournament. I mean,
there's not a lot of big names that were in this tournament.
No.
And the ones that were, Spieth missed the cut.
Yeah. Bet he's gonna get that check though.
Oh, he'll get that check to make it all worth it.
All because of his loyalty.
His share of $35 million.
Back from 2016, he was so loyal back then.
Dude, it's not going over well on social media.
No, but
all the information is getting posted out, and just reading the comments, and everybody's saying the same thing we did. Like, what are you doing, giving past superstars money, giving Tiger? Like, Tiger needs $100 million. He wasn't. I mean, I don't want to go on that road again.
But Jake Knapp was up there. He played good for 3 days, but I mean it's a 4-day tournament.
Yeah,
I bet he's wishing he would have been on LIV right there.
LIV, he clinched $4 million.
Yeah, he's $4 million richer. Got the win, maybe some team money.
Yeah,
then he had to come back Sunday, that overtime.
Yeah,
and didn't get it done. He shot 1 under today, and the conditions were wet. A lot of dudes were.
They were saying
3, 4, 5 under.
They said they got like 6 or 7 inches of rain over the week, but they had 2 inches of rain last night.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts.
So
I don't know it rained that much in Texas.
Yeah, maybe when those storms come in, it'll dump. It's not
so then it might not rain for like 3 months.
Yeah. So, so that was Taylor's first win, like you said. He's had about 70 starts. I can't remember. They said the exact number. It might have been 67. Could have been 72. Somewhere.
He looks old. I wonder how old he is.
Well, 70 starts.
Yeah, 20.
And let's say
25 tournaments a year.
Does he get 25 though? Well, I mean, maybe
maybe he only gets 10.
Yeah, let's say he gets 10 a year, and he's 7. That's 7 years on tour. So maybe not quite. Let's say he's 5 years on tour, 5 to 6 years on tour.
I mean, that's the good thing about the LIV though. It's opened the door for no-namers, the guys you never heard of, to get up there.
Right. Next week is the Wells Fargo. Scotty's out. He's going to take it off. He's not playing. And that's usually the big tune-up that are people getting prepared for the PGA.
Yeah, that's always a decent course too.
Right.
So it kind of challenges them. Versus this, like, what'd they get today? 23 under?
Yeah.
Over 4 days.
Well, and it was soft conditions too, so you can start to hunt that
they had
pin.
lift, clean, place in the fairways.
Yeah, so you get good lies. Then the greens are softer, right? So you're going to just start throwing darts. You're not going to be.
They did a decent job though of drying them out for today, which is crazy with 2 inches.
2 inches of rain last night.
It wasn't like everything was just plugging on the green and a lot of spin.
Right.
I mean, I know fairways are a little wet, so there's not going to be as firm of an impact. So there's a little spin gone, but they didn't have stuff just running off.
Right.
Or plugging in the green.
Right. Yeah.
And then, did you watch any LIV?
No.
I caught day 2. I caught day 1 and day 2 highlights. Koepka took it home.
Played well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't see who won the. Did you see who won the team?
No, I don't remember. I did see who it was, but I can't remember who it was.
Yeah, it wasn't the Grushers.
I saw like a clip of them on Instagram, like celebrating.
No, I'll find out 1 second.
It wasn't the Smashers.
Dude, how good did you see that golf course? Oh my gosh, they're playing with at Singapore.
Yeah, it's just such a nice place over there.
I mean, what a cool track. Here, take a look at these. Look at these. You guys got to look it up. If you go to Instagram, look up the LIV Golf League, LIV Golf _league. It'll show the photos on there.
Yeah.
Look at that. I mean, there's nothing on tour.
No.
That's anything like that. I mean, what a cool golf course.
Yeah, it's one of a kind.
For sure. So
if you guys don't mind long flights,
yeah,
get over there.
Long round of golf. So yeah, so Koepka played well.
Yeah, which is good to see him playing well. Now, can he get in the PGA? I was going to look that up.
Yeah, because the PGA
he's a past winner, right?
He's won it.
Yeah, so he should be able to get back in it.
There's no way they don't let him in.
PGA Championship is PGA of America, right?
Yeah, I don't think it's the PGA
it's
Tour.
The PGA teachers, because like Michael Block could qualify for it, right?
Yeah,
if he did X, Y, and Z.
Dude, he's back. He was making some noise.
Yeah, he played in something. I don't know. Was that a qualifier for this? I didn't. I saw some Instagram posts on it, but I didn't follow it. I know it was on TV, so it must have been something worthwhile.
I'm pretty sure the LIV guys are able to get into the PGA because all 4 majors they can play in because the PGA Tour does not run the majors.
Yeah, I saw Taylor Gooch said that if Tiger got into the U.S. Open, he's like, well, I'm playing way better than Tiger Woods right now, so if somebody wins and Tiger's in there, then they're not playing against the best field. So there needs to be an asterisk. So he's sticking with that asterisk talk, which is kind of funny. Like he commits to it, and then he's just gonna go down that. He's gonna die on that hill.
Did you see where they were asking him?
Little asterisk hill.
You gonna try to qualify for the U.S. Open?
Yeah.
He's like, nope.
Yeah. Just funny because he's from the United States.
Yeah. Yeah. No. So, yeah, it was a cool golf course. I'd love to play it.
Yeah.
I mean, that thing was sick.
Did you see what team won? Was it
I got sidetracked. My brain's all over the place today. Sophie, our little one, 5th grader, she had a track tournament today, a track meet today. So that was pretty cool. We were out there all day. She ended up winning the 100.
Oh wow!
She actually beat all the boys too.
Nice.
I mean, they don't run the same heats, but her time was faster than the boys and girls. So she's peaking right before the PAL Championship next week.
Nice. We had flag football yesterday, and we played an all-girls team. So.
Oh really?
Yeah.
How was that?
It was bad. Like you felt kind of bad, and like they broke a flagpole or whatever, and almost scored, and then Jace ran the girl down and caught her like 3 yards before the end. He's like, I'm not letting any of these girls score on me.
Yeah, it was the twice as nice, the Rippers.
Oh, nice. That's
Ripper GC.
Cam?
Yeah, Cam Newton's team.
No, Cam Smith.
Oh, it's Cam Newton. Dude, I am really struggling today. Holy moly. Who knows what I'm going to put up on the golf course today?
Might be a 29.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, right? Yeah. Yeah, so Cam Smith, their team was the one who won that. Looks like that's their second win. Oh, they're all doing
that's gross, dude. You can only do that in Australia. Drinking out of their shoes in Singapore. I guess maybe they're probably new. They're all made over there.
Yeah. So that was that's what happened there.
Well, that's good. I mean, that's a lot of travel for them, though. They go to Australia, then they go to Singapore. I wonder where they go next, or do they come back to America for the PGA?
They're probably coming back. I don't think the LIV is going to schedule.
Oh, I think they have a tournament in Texas soon.
Oh, next week they will, because the week after is the PGA. So
they're in Texas somewhere, right? I think they play somewhere in Texas, because I remember thinking, wow, that's quite a bit of travel on one side of the world and back to the other.
That's what you get when you're playing 3 days. You got an extra. They build an extra travel day.
Yeah, that's right. You get a little extra downtime. But I do like their format. I mean, it's just so much more entertaining than the PGA, especially when it gets down to the end, and there's only one or two groups out there. It's so tough to watch because it's just a lot of green reading, a lot of talking about shots. The poor announcers are trying to fill time, as this guy's standing over his ball trying to figure out what club he's going to hit.
Like you're doing right now while I'm trying to look up.
It's insane. Like, those poor guys, they're just like they're talking about anything and everything they can, But
I don't know. They might not play. It shows Singapore, because it shows that they were down in Australia April 26th to the 28th. Then Singapore was May 3rd to the 5th. And then it says Houston, but that's not until June.
Oh, so that's after.
So I wonder if they're giving the guys some time off to prepare for the PGA.
Yeah, they probably figure some are going to play in the PGA, and then they'll play in June, and then they'll be ready for the U.S. Open, which is probably the week after that.
Yeah, because they have a big break then, because they're in Houston on June 7th to the 9th, and they're in Nashville June 21st through 23rd, and then they take a break until July 12th, where they've got 3 weeks off. So there must be another major in there somewhere. So, nope.
Oh, I got something else. This week I'm playing the Virginia Country Club.
I haven't even heard of that before.
It's the one, I think it's in Long Beach or somewhere over there. It's Patrick Cantlay and Nelly Cordoda's golf course.
Okay.
It's supposed to be really tough.
I mean, yeah, if that's what they're playing.
Yeah, and it's where their coach coaches out of, or teaches out of.
Okay.
So, and I think a couple of guys I'm playing with are pretty good.
Well, let me get dialed in.
Yeah, so I gotta
work.
Show up with a game.
I'm gonna work on it today.
Either play really well or play really bad.
We had speaking of Nelly, we had no LPGA this week. Had a week off, so nothing exciting going on there. I came across this club champion had posted on Instagram World Golf Rankings putters for what's in the bag 2014 versus 2024. And it's really interesting seeing, they list the top 10 golfers in the world. And out of the top 10 in 2014, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of the top 10 were playing blades, putters.
In 2014.
In 2014. 10 years ago. Yeah, 10 years ago. Today, top 10 in the world, one blade.
Wow.
The rest.
Scotty.
There is
are they counting Scotty because he goes back and forth?
Yeah, Scotty. They've got him as the Spider. Rory's in the Spider. Clark is in the Ricky's putter, the Odyssey Jailbird.
That's what the guy won with today.
Yeah. Oh, it is.
He had the Jailbird.
Yeah, and then Rom has an Odyssey. He has it. Xander has an Odyssey. Oberg. He's the only blade putter. It is an Odyssey. But he's but he's a blade. And then Victor Hovland has the Ping. And then Cantlay, Homa, both have the Scotty. And then Harmon. What does Harmon play?
Oh, he plays like a Spider with like a
but it's not
80-inch shaft.
But it's not a Spider, though. I don't know what that putter is.
I think it's a version of a Spider.
But yeah.
You just might have a custom top on it.
I mean, you've got 3 putters right now. 3 putters in the top 10 are TaylorMades. But Odyssey, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of the top 10 are Odysseys, and then you got 2 Scotties.
Odyssey makes really good putters.
Yeah.
That 2-ball was great. An O-Works one, I forget what it was. That's what Jace had for a while, and it was a really good putter. I forget which one it was. It was a black O-Works.
Mm-hmm. Why do we keep changing putters so much?
And then well, he had to get that one while his Scotty Cameron was getting painted.
That's right. But it's just funny how many putters we've gone through.
Yeah, he his Scotty Cameron was getting painted and a new shaft put in it, so it was down at the
Right. Yeah, he needed something different.
wherever that facility is, Carlsbad or something, Oceanside. It was down there getting cleaned up, and then so he used that O-Works one, and he loved that. And then I ended up selling it. He's like, "Why'd you sell it?" I was like, "I got a Scotty Cameron, dude." And then he wanted a mallet putter, and so he got that. What is it? The Phantom 12 for Christmas.
Right.
That's it. So he has those two, and then we had a couple 2-balls. I think Presley has one. I have one. The 8802. Got one of those.
Yeah. Speaking of the 2-ball, Henrik Stenson was rocking the 2-ball back in 2014. That thing's been around a long time.
Yeah.
In fact,
that putter dominated when it came out.
That's the same 2-ball that I have. It's not the classic 2-ball. It's like the two ball. I think they call it the V or something like that, where it's a little more rounded on its shape.
The 8802 was on fire on Thursday, dude. Or was it Thursday or Wednesday? Whatever day I played in that. I think it was Thursday. The thing was on fire.
Well, we'll see if it keeps continuing tonight. Look at Jason Day rocking a Spider back in 2014. I had the original Spider when it first came out. I mean, 20-some years. I don't know how long it was. But when the very first year it came out, I ended up playing it for a while.
Yeah, probably at least 15 years ago.
It's been a while.
It's hard when you go from the 8802 to another putter. They all feel so light.
Yeah,
and I let somebody use it to putt on that scramble, and they were like, "Oh, this thing's so heavy." It's like once you get used to it, and you go to another putter. Like I went back and I was putting with the my Scotty Newport at the house, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, dude!" Felt like I was putting with a piece of paper.
Yeah, just swinging air.
But we'll see.
You know, I wonder what is it? Is it the technology that's changing everyone going into these mallet style putters? I mean, because they're dominating on tour right now. I mean, this was as of May of 2024 golf ratings. So this is brand new that just came out when they posted it for the World Golf ratings, and it's 9 out of the 10.
I think it's that sight line in the back. I think it just helps people be more confident with their line. Because you look at all those, they have big lines on the back, or they got double lines, or that Jailbird's got zebra stripes on it. I think it just helps people line up better to their path. Do you think
it's all alignment?
The blade's hard to line up. I mean, you got that little.
I noticed I always lined up closer toe side. I never lined up center of the putter when I putt with blades for some reason. I just feel like, and I play the plumber's neck, and so that's kind of a problem as well because the plumber's neck sticks out over the blade, and I always just felt like, I felt like as I looked down the plumber's neck and saw that, I was like, okay, that's the butt end of the putter, and then the dot, center line dot was right beside it, and then there was a whole bunch of toe room, and I feel like I always put the ball towards the toe. And I caught myself on that and then when I would realize what I was doing, I'd pay attention and I'd put it on center line. I'm like, oh my gosh, that ball was so much closer to the hosel.
If you have that foot or 10 inches to a foot out in front of you, your start line, and you lay down like the Fang or the Spider or that Jailbird, you can line that thing right up with 8 inches or 10 inches in front of the ball. So all right, this face is right on line.
Right.
Now you take it back, you might get screwy with it, but you're starting out. You're check box number 1 is checked, and then what happens after that is kind of up to you and how much you practice and how good your pendulum is, and it's a whole lot of other pieces that go in it. But if you line up a blade, I mean it's pretty hard unless you practice all the time with that, and you have. If you just have that tiger dot on the top of it and you're lining that thing up, you're kind of having to line the face up versus like the lines.
Yeah.
So for sure. I think it's a little bit of an advantage. And I think a lot of kids are putting with those because it's obviously easier as a kid. So you start as a kid with a mallet, whereas all the guys in 2014 probably started as a kid with a blade.
Right.
Because 20 years ago, they didn't have as many mallets.
Right. Or if you used a mallet back in 2000, you got laughed off the golf course, or 2010.
Well, when the 2-ball came out, I think was the biggest movement I can remember to mallet, like a mallet style putter. Right. And it didn't even have a line. It was just a 2-ball. And then some people would take a Sharpie and draw a line on it.
Yeah.
But that's the first club I remember people really going to more of a mallet head style.
I remember when I put the first that version 1 Scotty spider in the bag. I remember going out putting. People were like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
And like, are you really putting with that?
Batmobile.
Yeah. I mean, we've talked about this in the past as well in other episodes. Like these younger kids are just used to putting with mallets, and that's what's on there versus all the old guys.
Well, when you order a kid's bag, they come with like a mallet style putter.
But so does it? So because of this is interesting because if you start thinking about social media, how much information is out there, how many videos you can see, how much talk there is about people's good putting strokes, bad putting strokes, all of this stuff. Are we just in our heads more today than we maybe were 30 years ago or 20 years ago when it comes to putting?
Yeah, I think so. That's what changed for me when I went to 8802 is I went to putting more like if you watch videos of like Arnold Palmer, Jack, back in the day when they're putting, what's his face, dude, Johnny Miller. Those guys were, they didn't look like they ever practiced any form.
They didn't
like, look in a mirror.
Semi-hockey stroke type.
Yeah, they're just lining up and they're like, all right, I got to hit this ball right on this line right here. You know, and they're just making an athletic move. Mm-hmm. You know, you don't sit and practice everything when you shoot a basket or throw a football. So it's like, I think you go that route. Now there's so many cameras and there's the golf labs and all these metrics. There's that Sam lab. There's so many things now that people are so mechanical about putting versus being not so much artistic but athletic.
So do you think that that's why we're just in our head more and that's why we need these mallet style putters to help putt better is because we're so far into our head that it just gives us more confidence to know that it's going to produce a better result versus having the blade down there feeling like I've got to make a good stroke or I have no chance of making this.
I think when you putt with the mallet and those types of putters, you're just checking the boxes. Like, okay, I'm lined up because everyone's being so mechanical. You know, the way their shoulders are, the way their eye line is, the way their feet are. You know, they're making sure the elbows are tight tucked to the belt,
get those elbows tucked,
the grip, and then now that dudes are changing their grips, and it's like, okay, I got the claw and the saw and whatever, you know, all these, you know, the ones where you put your hands together and you point your fingertips together, your index fingers.
Well, like you know, what is it called? The Japanese grip?
Oh yeah, where you interlace your fingers.
I did those for a couple weeks just for fun.
Yeah, so there's so many like, I guess like checkpoints now that having that mallet is just it's an easy way to check one off. Right. Versus like, you know, and putting's tough, man. If you're a good putter, either you're a robot or you have a little bit of athleticism and you have good hand-eye coordination. Right. You know,
I don't know. I feel like my best putting that I ever played with was with that Ping, the Ping Answer 2, and it was one of the first inserts that they put into their Ping, and I played it for so long, and I just started to get a dead spot in the putter. And I would sometimes, every once in a while, I feel like I hit it just a perfect putt, and the ball you could feel it come out just dead, and it wouldn't roll. And really, I couldn't find. Ping had a run where they've had a lot of inserts in their blades, and I haven't been able to find like a blade that just felt good like that. And I played around with the Scotties and played around with the different stuff, but I feel like I still have the putter downstairs in the garage, and I will pull it out and putt with it. I'm like, man, that's so sweet. And I rolled it really nice, and then all of a sudden, 1 out of 6 is just a skunk. Where it's online. I hit it well. It's just dead.
Yeah, I think it has to do too. It's all confidence.
Probably.
It's weird if you get a putter and you made everything at Roger Dunn or PGA Superstore, and then you get out to the course and you make the first couple, and you're like, I'm gonna make everything.
Yeah, you're confident.
And then you're confident in the putting. You're not thinking about your putting stroke. You're not thinking about all these different pieces, and you're just trying to hit lines. Yeah. You know, that's the best. Your best day is putting. You're just hitting lines.
Yep.
You're not.
Start lines. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not overthinking anything.
Nope. These young kids, speaking of Chris Kim, another 16-year-old makes the cut at the Byron Nelson that was on this week.
That's insane. PGA event.
Yeah, PGA event, another 16-year-old.
Yeah, it's crazy. These kids are starting so young, you know, getting so good. I guess by 16, if he started at 4 years old, you know, messing around, that's 12 years of playing. Most people if you started when you were 14 in high school, I'd put you at 26.
Yeah, but still, I don't care. 16, going out there and playing with tour pros.
Yeah, but you got to think.
And tour conditions.
so like when Jace plays in these tournaments and stuff, I mean, these kids they play in every single tournament and every tour. They're out there every weekend in a tournament. You know, they're practicing all week with their coach. They're playing so much golf, probably more golf in those 12 years than the dude plays from 14 to 26.
Probably.
You know, because they're not chasing women at 8.
Yeah, they have no responsibility.
You know, they're not out partying.
No, they're 100%.
They're just playing golf 24/7.
Right. And
those kids, I mean, there's kids that are good.
Yeah.
Super good at a young age.
So we were talking about the other 16-year-old a couple weeks ago, right? That qualified and made the cut.
Yeah.
So with this, we got another one. Who was that kid?
Forgot his name
already. I can't remember his name.
No.
Anyways, we had talked about how TaylorMade signed him.
Yeah.
So this Chris Kim, 16-year-old who's made the cut, TaylorMade and Under Armour sign him.
Wow.
So another young signing, another 16-year-old getting signed. TaylorMade's on that bandwagon. Dude, they knocked that.
Smart. Sign them early, you know. Doesn't cost them really anything.
No, that's just a rounding error.
Chipotle gift card. Yeah. What do you want at 16, you know?
Yeah.
So but movie tickets.
Under Armour jumped on this bandwagon too. So the Under Armour signed with them as well as TaylorMade. I mean, they've got to start getting some of these people.
Oh, speaking of Under Armour, Spieth clocked the dude in the elbow.
Oh, in the elbow.
in the tournament.
Yeah.
And the guy put him back in the fairway.
Yeah.
He gave the guy $20.
And he gave him a golf ball too.
So I don't care about the golf ball.
Yeah.
But think about if he puts you back in I think that's $100. I think you give him $100.
For sure. Did you see the welt?
Yeah.
He had a big old lump on his elbow.
If he would have hit it into the rough off his elbow, then it's like at $20.
Yeah.
But he puts you back in the fairway, dude. That's a 20. That's more than a 20, dude. That's 100.
You're just walking around cash.
You gotta pay up. You gotta pay up.
How much cash would we need if we ever playing a tour?
Oh, dude,
how much cash would
we have a dude with a briefcase? I'd have to bring Brinks, dude. Like a little armored truck would be following me.
The Monopoly, get a little Monopoly dude walking around behind you.
I'd have to have an armored truck as my golf cart.
Yeah, let's see what Chris Kim was playing. What irons he had in the bag. And there's a picture of him here.
It'd be funny if he had like Callaway's.
Dude, here
signs with TaylorMade.
Here it is. He's playing a 4 and 5 iron again, P770.
Okay.
That's what that other kid was playing.
Yeah.
That's what Tiger, he put a P770 in for a 4 iron. Colin Morikawa's playing a P774 iron. They're all going for more help. Just as you and I talked about earlier, like, oh, we can't wait to put blades in the bag.
Yeah.
And then we get all these guys on tour that are playing.
Well, that's not our gamer set.
But then he's playing the blades in everything else. Oh, wait, I lied. That's a 2 iron. He's playing a 2 iron P770 and then a 4 iron P770. And then he's blades 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then and pitching wedge. And then he does the TaylorMade wedges for 50, 56, 60.
Solid setup. So it wasn't a big deal him signing with TaylorMade here. It's got a full bag.
Yeah, he's already and these are all rusted up, some of these wedges. So these have been in the bag for a minute. And then he's obviously, is that a 3-wood or a 5-wood? Yeah, it's 3-wood. He goes driver, 3-wood, 2 iron.
That's an interesting call for a 16-year-old.
And maybe it was just because of this course. I don't know.
Yeah, could have been.
Could have been just a course setup. But nothing exciting. I mean, as far as 3-wood playing at 50. Well, he's got a 15-degree 3-wood. I don't know why he plays that. Yeah, there's the 2 iron. Man, and it's not the driving iron either. It's the standard P770 2 iron. Wow.
Could be too that maybe that's like a fairway finder for him.
He is playing the graphite shaft in that, so he's using it as a driving iron.
Yeah. Even
though it's not the driving iron head, he is playing it. And then he's got the Nippon Moto shafts. Hey-o, shout out to my bag. He plays the Nippon Moto shafts all the way through all of his wedges. Yeah. Like I play it into my 50 because I usually only use my 50 for full shots. But then when I get into the sand wedge, lob wedge,
you could do that because that Nippon spins enough. When I was doing the Project X and I had it in a 60, I just couldn't get the spin on like the 30, 40-yard shots.
Yeah,
they just didn't spin as much.
I'm playing the S400s.
Yeah, so I like
standard wedges.
S400s from 52 through 60, which it's when the Wilson guy fit me. He had me in the Wilson wedges all with Project X until my 60, and then he put me at instead of a 6.5, a 6.0.
Yeah.
But Project X came out with the rifle shaft and a wedge shaft now. So I wonder how that helps you get spin. But they're super hard to find.
Right.
Yeah, I was looking for them. It's not an easy one to get.
He's playing the Spider putter.
Oh,
Another Spider on tour.
I think too with the mallet, it helps you with your distance too. With these kids coming out and playing, especially when you're little, you start out. It's a lot easier with the mallet.
Yeah, because if you miss hit it just a little bit,
yeah, you're okay. You still get it down there. With a blade, getting your distance, it's a lot trickier.
Well, because if you hit a bad putt, you're gonna lose so much.
Yeah.
So not
or
only
if you hit off the toe on a blade, you're punished.
Yeah. I mean, I was screwing around on the mat, and I would put a ball way out on the toe and hit the putt, and I had no deflection of the face. It stayed square. It rolled, I would say, 90% of what a perfectly sweet center strike would be.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe 95. There was very minimal difference.
Yeah, you're 10 years old. You know, that's a perfect putter. Even 15-year-old, 16-year-old.
I act like I'm 10 years old sometimes.
Yeah, you need that putter. You know, you're going to keep that distance. Helps you line up. You know, I don't see a lot of kids playing blades ever. Even in the charity scrambles and stuff that I play in for work, I don't ever remember anyone having a blade putter.
They're almost all. And it would make sense that that's what amateurs should be playing. Yeah. They should be playing mallet putters unless you're a really, really good putter. But if you're a really, really good putter, you should be a better scorer than most of the people we see that we're playing with.
Yeah, unless you have some kind of physical problem where you can't swing or your hip or your back. If you're really good at putting, then you probably should be pretty good at ball striking as well.
You would think so. I don't know. Maybe not.
Yeah. I guess if you don't like to swing, you just like to putt. Some people may just want to putt all the time.
They just go putt. I mean, I was doing that for a while when I was working on the game. I just, at lunchtime, go run out to the golf course and just putt for 30 minutes. Yeah. That was my lunch. I'd eat in the car and I'd drive back.
Yeah.
You know, when I wanted to take a little lunch break. So, all right, man. That's good stuff. I mean, yeah. We're recording a little bit late today, so the longer we drag this thing on, the less course time we're getting.
Golf time.
So I think we go out there and let it fly a little bit and see if we can get some footage.
Yeah, get some good shots or some funny shots. We don't know what's going to be out there today.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna plan those miss hits. We're letting you know those are pre-planned, so that when we do it, we can show you what
for the gram.
Yeah, what not to do.
Yeah.
We're gonna show you what not to do.
Any hosel rockets, toe strikes,
bottom of the club.
Yeah, duck hooks.
Yeah,
those are just for the gram.
Yeah, it really is. Just doing our PSA.
Yeah, just get some content.
Yeah, just making sure you guys know what not to do. We're pre-recording that. I figure we're gonna have about 2-3 of those each.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what's in the script.
Yeah. That's what was written in. It's all pre-planned. So don't be surprised.
Yeah, oh gosh. Hey, buddy. Good
all
stuff.
Right.
Let's go play.
Like and subscribe. We'll catch you on the next one.
Adios.